I'm sorry, I was supposed to film at 2 o'clock, but I came across some technical difficulties. But I talked to my online guy, and he did a couple of magic tricks, and now here we are. um, once again, I'm sorry. With that said, I am so happy that I am able to figure this out, and now I'm able to put out my first live video ever on Facebook. So bear with me a little bit on the babbling and all the fun stuff. I'm still getting used to talking. Anyway, so I wanted to put a live video out today for Autism Awareness Month. I wanted to just make a big celebration kind of because, it's been something that I've been surrounded with my entire life, so I think that people should be more aware of it. My mom worked for IGHL. I had my friend had a sibling. I've had family members in the past, so, I've been surrounded by it. And then I also think it's important for us to get to know a little more on the topic because of how much the count has risen, in just a decade. Back in 2010, it was 1 out of every 125 people that were diagnosed. Now it's 1 every 59. So you could see that that's like a huge difference, and you could imagine how much they fought to be heard and seen, just by the number count you could see. So, I think it's really important for us to get onto the topic and stuff like that. And I was thinking also, while we're all trapped inside and we're not able to go out and experience life and physically develop and grow, we could maybe emotionally develop, and we can start to mentally grow by learning and diving into new topics that we wouldn't think of. So, being that April is Autism Awareness Month, I wanted to dive into that topic. So, some interesting facts that I wanted to put out there for everybody to know is they started this fight in 1970. That was kind of when they decided that they were done and they were going to fight for the best and most highest quality life possible, as which every human deserves. And by 1972, they had their first annual National Autism Children's Week. So that's kind of a big thing because that is now Autism Awareness Month. That's what it's developed into, is this month. NAAM is the abbreviation for it. And I think it's fun to look at that and realize how long they've been fighting this fight and how far they've come from then to now. And something that I've been following recently is called Celebrate Differences. So it's a campaign that they're trying to promote, especially this month, about building awareness. Better awareness of the signs and symptoms of autism and like the reality that autism are in and how different it is compared to the everyday person. I know me personally, when I was really young, probably like first, second grade, that was kind of when my eyes were opened to their reality a little bit more, because I always kind of envied them and thought that they kind of lived in a world where nobody could really touch them because they couldn't understand. So because they couldn't understand, they didn't really have to deal with people making fun of them or talking bad about them or, having that hurt, because when someone said something nasty or was making fun of them, they didn't understand. It went over their head. And probably about first, second grade was when I kind of got that reality check that that's not true at all. And that a lot of people who suffer with this actually are not able to communicate externally the way that an average person does, but internally interprets everything exactly the same. All the hurt, the pain, all that stuff is real to them just as much as it is to me. So I know for me personally, that was my reality check when I was young, and ever since then, it's been very different for me. So I think looking into the Celebrity Differences campaign is kind of important because it helps you understand what they're going through, and helping see the signs and symptoms also kind of makes it so that if you do encounter someone with something like that, you're able to have a good experience with them and you're able to help the situation versus hinder, and that goes for anything, whether it's a language barrier, a racial barrier, a religious barrier, a class barrier. It doesn't matter. Getting to understand and the culture and understand the community is the best way to keep that interpretation open and to have a good experience. And so that's why I think it's really important for us to get to know some of this stuff. Another fun fact, August 2nd today is the official Autism Awareness Day, and Autism Awareness Week started March 30th and ends April 5th. So, celebrate while you can. Another thing I wanted to put out there for this month is if anybody's interested, I think it's really important to spread the awareness of the information, to find the resources for these communities, and to promote acceptance. And if anybody has anything like that they want to share, any inclusive, in any inclusive inside the everyday life of somebody in that community. If you have anything you want to share, you're welcome to DM me. I would love to talk about it. If you're comfortable enough, I can share it with everybody on my Facebook. If you're comfortable, which I hope that you would be, and I'm actually encouraging this more than the first one, definitely post something on my Facebook. Make sure you put hashtag celebrate differences. I'll rewrite that in the comment and stuff like that so that everybody has that. Okay. Yeah, so, that's hashtag celebrate differences. That's just something to, put out there if you're putting anything of the awareness, if you're trying to get people interested, or even if you're trying to get into the community or understand something. I have 2 sites here I'm going to write down. This is one of them. And the other one is okay, these are where I first started looking up my stuff and first started getting interested in the topic and getting to know some of the stuff on the topic. Let me get my thing out. So, if anybody's interested and don't know where to start, that's a good starting spot. They're very knowledgeable and aware of a lot of the things that people are what they're going through in that community. With that said, I also want to do a couple more shout outs I have written right here in front of me. Some of other stuff that's going on this month is Parkinson's Awareness Month, National Oral Health Month, IBS Awareness Month, Primary Immunodeficiency Awareness Month. So those are a couple of things that people are celebrating worldwide and in Canada. I don't want to butcher the other 2 things, because I'm not a good speller and or reader. So that's just an idea. I just wanted to give a shout out to those awarenesses too, because even though I'm focusing on autism awareness, there is a lot of things this month that are topics to look up and get interested in and kind of expand your world and expand your mind. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't babble too much, and I hope that the whole scenery is okay, because this is kind of like a last minute pull off since the first one didn't work. But so I just hope that this inspires you just a little bit to get interested in the topic, to want to look into understanding what they go through and maybe having that ability, because believe it or not, you probably have somebody or have had an interaction or experience with somebody that has, in this community and didn't even realize, because it's just so crazy the amount of severities and different types there are out there. So I hope to hear some comments from you guys. I'm going to keep this video up for as long as possible. When it does come down off of this site, I do have my website, juste.me. That's juste.me. It will permanently be up on that site, so when everything is down on the site, you will be able to view and find any information on there as well. Here, I'm going to put that out there too, in case you guys are interested in that, and that's where you can find me. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, just so it's like clickable. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's pretty nice out by me, a little chilly and windy, but I'll take it over a rainy day. However, if it is raining by you, trees need to have their food too. So I hope that you guys can make the best of it and make the best of the times right now. Keep expanding your brain. Expand your